God is still great. The sky is still blue. And the LDBC is still trash content. Take a seat. Let's talk about Josh Taylor versus Jack Catterall happening tomorrow. They just weighed in. They both made the weight limit of 140, and we got ourselves a fight for undisputed at 140. Josh Taylor owns all the belts. Josh Taylor is paying 11% of his total purse to pay sanctioning fees, which a lot of people wonder why these guys don't stay and defend all their belts for a long period of time. That's why. They don't want to pay all the sanctioning fees. That's one of the reasons why anyway. A lot of crap mandatories as well. That's another reason. So it looks like Josh Taylor is going to defend for now and possibly move up to 147. They gave him a special super belt to possibly set up a fight with Terrence Crawford at 147 in the future. We'll see if that happens, and we'll get to that in a minute. But let's talk about the fight real quick, the actual fight. Josh Catterall, for those who don't know, 26-0, I believe. 50% KO percentage. I think he's got 13 knockouts. So a guy with not much power. A guy who shouldn't be that dangerous for Josh Taylor, but he is a fun fighter. He doesn't have much on his resume. Padded resume. So a guy with a 50% KO percentage with a padded resume, you say that guy doesn't have much power. However, he does have, although a weak resume, he does have a lot of experience in sparring. I believe he sparred with Floyd. I believe he sparred with Canelo. So he's got sparring. A lot of sparring experience in the gym. So we'll see where that goes. These undefeated, unknown fighters can be dangerous. We saw that recently with Kambosos, which us hardcores knew Kambosos and knew he was dangerous, but a lot of casuals did not know Kambosos. Also, you go back to Brady Prescott fighting Amir Khan. These unknown, undefeated fighters can be dangerous. However, this guy's not a big puncher, as I stated. So this should be an exciting fight. Catterall has an exciting style. He's athletic. He likes to throw punches. He's a southpaw. However, he does square up. And he'll do that against Josh Taylor and expose himself. And that's much what I said going into Josh Taylor versus Ramirez. Is Ramirez squares up, and that's going to be his downfall. And when Ramirez came in as a pressure fighter and squared up against Josh Taylor, that's when he got lit up. And the same thing will happen to Catterall here. He'll get lit up as he comes in, and Josh Taylor will pick him apart in an exciting fight. It'll be fun, and it'll be a good defense for Josh Taylor. The one question mark is the ring rust. Josh Taylor has been gone for, I believe, almost a year. But he has experience with that because he fought only once the past 2 years. So he has experience with ring rust. So it shouldn't be that much of a wild card. Here's my thing with Josh Taylor, and these are the two big questions I have. Number one, how will he look here? Will he give us at least, against an average opponent, a sort of a highlight reel knockout? Will he look good? Will he get people talking? That's the first question, because we know he's going to win. He's going to win the fight. Hopefully he does it in an exciting style and gets people buzzing. Number two, where does he go from here after this? Josh Taylor has fought tough competition. He fought Regis Prograis, Ramirez on his way to becoming undisputed at 140. His last 6 opponents are undefeated. He's got all that going for him. The one knock is he's not active enough. Not active enough. 18 fights and he's 31 years old, but he only fought once the past 2 years. He fought once in 2021, once in 2020, and many people, as I said, will blame the shutdowns and restrictions, but other fighters got around that. No excuse. So you want to see him. He's fighting in February. Bounce back if you win this fight easily, and bounce back in the summer. Then bounce back in the fall or winter. Fight 3 times this year. Fight 3 times. Fight in the U.S. at least one of those times, and give us meaningful fights. The road to, as I stated earlier in the week in a separate video, the road to superstardom, the road to pound for pound status, like top 2-3 pound for pound status, is to fight numerous times per year against meaningful opposition. Unfortunately, even our top pound for pound fighters aren't doing that outside of Canelo, but that's the easiest way to get there. It's a foolproof blueprint a fail-proof blueprint to get to pound-for-pound status. You fight numerous meaningful fights per year, you're going to get there, and you win those fights. And if you lose those fights, that's fine. At least you're fighting top competition. We need to go away from this no-loss mentality where a loss is the end of the world. So Josh Taylor, hopefully, that's my second point. Hopefully, if he wins this fight, we get a meaningful fight next against a possible Terrence Crawford at 147, possibly against Teofimo Lopez at 140. Just give us a meaningful fight next after this. And all is forgiven for the average opponent. Y'all hit me up. Let me know what y'all think about Taylor versus Catterall. God bless.